Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Eh, saya Rudi Suyanto. Kali ini saya akan membahas semantik dan pragmatik untuk tugas akhir. Jadi kali ini kita akan menganalisa yang pertama related with type of meaning and context, reference and irreference dalam artikel BBC. Yang kedua itu adalah related with thesis, presupposition, entail, coherence, dan cohesion. Itu udah artikel dari CNN. Yang ketiga itu cooperative principle, violation of maxim and implicator. Itu sebuah video. Yang terakhir itu politeness strategy, use, speak, act, possible, implicator dan implikatornya. Itu juga video debat antara Obama dan Romney. Oke, yang pertama itu analisa artikel yang berjudul COVID Big Blinders Black Country Museum is Vaccine Hub. Jadi yang pertama itu related with type of meaning and context. Di type of meaning itu ada 6. Yang pertama itu conceptual meaning, yang kedua itu connotative meaning, yang ketiga affective meaning, yang keempat collocative meaning, yang kelima associative meaning, yang keenam thematic meaning. Jadi untuk yang pertama itu saya analisa dan untuk pada using country living museum, a large open air site to deliver jab, it's said to be game changer for the local community. Di sini ada 1, 2, 3 kata itu termasuk dalam connotative meaning. Jadi the additional meaning that word or sentence has beyond its central meaning. Jadi artinya itu berubah dari kata bakunya, dari arti bakunya sendiri. Seperti living museum bukan museum hidup, tapi museum history. Jab sendiri bukan pukulan, tapi melainkan adalah suntikan. Game changer itu adalah perubahan, bukan pergantian permainan. Dan juga kalimat the sentence also a context. Jadi kalimat nomor 1 ini juga termasuk dalam konteks karena the circumstances, the circumstance that form the setting for a event, statement or idea and in terms of which it can be fully understood. Yang kedua adalah di kalimat people are reminded they need NHS letter of invitation before turning up. Jadi ini adalah termasuk connotative meaning. Jadi turning up, additional meaning that a word or sentence had beyond its central meaning. Dan juga masuk dalam kategori konteks because the circumstances that form the setting for an event, statement or idea and in terms of which it can be fully understood. Yang ketiga itu ada pada kalimat the museum normally give visitor taste of life. Jadi ada taste of life. Taste of life. Jadi taste of life ini masuk dalam connotative meaning. Jadi meaningnya itu berubah dari makna sebenarnya. Jadi tes ini itu biasanya itu menggambarkan rasa, tapi dalam hal ini bukan rasa tapi menggambarkan. Jadi imagine, menggambarkan. menggambarkan kehidupan di Black Country. Dan yang keempat adalah saying step was game changer. Ini sama dengan yang nomor 1 tadi, game changer, living, Jeb, and living museum. Ini termasuk dalam connotative meaning, dan juga kalimat keempat ini tergolong dalam konteks. Selanjutnya adalah affective meaning. Jadi meaning, a meaning which piece of language convey about social circumstance of use. Saya menemukan satu, yaitu pada kalimat it will make people suffer from this deadly virus more quickly. So, effective meaning is conveyed through the concept or connotative context of the word used. Selanjutnya untuk reference and in reference. Reference in act is act in which speaker or writer use language form to able to a listener or reader to identify something. Reference is not based on the objectively correct versus incorrect meaning, but on the some logical successful choice of expression. Jadi ada beberapa kata yang termasuk dalam reference, yaitu Jeb, NHS, deadly virus, vaksin, and Jipilit. Kenapa? Jeb sendiri itu mungkin orang mengiranya itu adalah pukulan, tapi karena ini membahas tentang COVID, jadi mereka tak tahu ini adalah vaksinasi atau suntikan vaksinasi untuk mencegah COVID. Yang kedua adalah NHS. NHS sendiri, kalau saya baca pertama kali itu juga bingung. NHS itu apa? Ternyata NHS itu National Health Service. Mungkin orang Inggris juga akan mengetahui langsung, tapi mungkin ya orang awam yang di luar dari Inggris itu atau Eropa itu akan bertanya-tanya NHS itu apa. Yang ketiga adalah deadly virus. The reader and writer both know the meaning of this word without having mentioned the name of the virus. Jadi deadly virus ini reader dan writer itu tahu, mungkin bisa mengira bahwa deadly virus ini adalah COVID-19 yang terjadi di seluruh dunia, dan di artikel ini juga berjudul tentang COVID juga. Terus yang keempat adalah vaksin. Vaksin di sini juga termasuk reference juga, karena vaksin apa sih itu? Karena ini di sini artikelnya berhubungan dengan COVID, jadi vaksin itu akan mengarah ke vaksin COVID. Untuk Jipilit adalah, mungkin orang juga akan bingung artinya apa. Ini adalah group of partner, jadi partner yang menangani suntikan COVID, vaksinasi COVID yang ada di Black Country di Inggris. Selanjutnya adalah analisa artikel. The eviction ban should remain in the effect long after the pandemic is over. Dan ini akan dibahas related with Texas, presupposition, entail, coherence, dan cohesion. Texas word, one which take some element of its meaning from the situation the speaker, the address, the time, and place of occurrence in which it is used. Jadi type of disease itu ada 3. Yang pertama adalah personal disease, yang kedua adalah special disease, yang ketiga adalah temporal disease. Oke, kita bahas yang personal disease dulu. Personal disease or person disease concern itself with the grammatical person involved in occurrence. First, those directly involved seperti speaker, the address. Kedua, those not directly involved, misalnya those who hear the occurrence but who are not being directly addressed. And yang ketiga, those mentioned in the occurrence. Jadi kriterianya biasanya ada first person, a speaker, second person atau hear it. Kalau first person biasanya I, we, they. Second person biasanya you, he, she, it. Jadi saya menemukan ada 5 pemakaian personal disease ini yang memakai kata they. Ada di they cannot pay the rent, they often the evicted as a result, when they have done nothing wrong, should be extended past the COVID-19 crisis, they have not safely met to catch them when something goes wrong, and yang terakhir adalah they pursue tenant from rent debt in civil court. Itu yang pemakaian kata they. Selanjutnya adalah saya juga menemukan yang personal disease yang memakai we. Ada we are use explanation, we tell our client, we usually follow up with, we should prioritize landlord, we need the kind of moonshot, we can devise the system, go eviction while balancing the need of landlord is an unprecedented. Jadi ini adalah yang pemakaian we. Selanjutnya adalah yang memakai kata it. Jadi ini ada 5 dari artikel itu. Yang pertama adalah it doesn't seem fair, it took the greatest public health. Yang ketiga, it doesn't relieve the need, it doesn't do it take, it should be paired with relief. Itu pemakaian it. Selanjutnya adalah special disease or place disease concern itself with special location relocated upper range similar to personal disease. The location may be either those the speaker, an address, or those person or objective being referenced. Jadi special disease ini atau disease tempat berkaitan dengan lokasi spesial yang relevan dengan ucapan, mirip dengan personal disease. Lokasinya bisa jadi milik pembicara dan penerima atau orang atau objek yang dirujuk. Determiners itu biasanya memakai kata this, that, verb, especially motion toward, away, from speaker, seperti come, go, dan lain-lain. Adverb biasanya ada here and there. Okay, next. Saya menemukan ada 9 iPhone 9 sentence that use special thesis. Ada pada the principle that made this efficient pen possible. Ini adalah pemakaian that. Oke, selanjutnya saya menemukan ada 7 sentences iPhone 7 sentences that use special thesis yang memakai kata that seperti yang saya tandai ini. Ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ada 7 yang memakai kata that dan this. Oke, selanjutnya adalah temporal thesis. Jadi temporal thesis or time thesis concern itself with a variant time involved in and reference to in an upper range, is including verb now, then, and soon. Jadi ini adalah thesis tentang waktu. Jadi pemakaian verbnya itu ada now, then, soon. Ada juga yang tomorrow. Tapi tomorrow ini spoke on a day last year, denoted a different day from tomorrow when spoke next week. Nah, ini verb yang dipakai. Now, then, this year, that year, at this, at that point, yesterday, that day, ago, dan seterusnya. Untuk kalimat misalnya present tense and both past and future tense untuk tomorrow and then. I found one sentence that use temporal tense. Ada di the landlord can be put out on the street a maze for 2 6 weeks later. Ini adalah termasuk temporal thesis. Next is presupposition. Presupposition is something the speaker assumes to be the case prior to make an appearance. Example: your brother is waiting outside for you. There is obviously presupposition that you have a brother. Type of presupposition ada 6. 1. Essential, factive, lexical, structural, non-factive, counterfactual. Pertama, untuk yang saya tanda bintang ini, saya menemukan ada cuma 3 presupposition, yaitu essential, structural, dan counterfactual. Essential. Speaker is commit the existence of the entity name not only in the possessive contraction but any defined noun phrase. Jadi dari artikel itu saya menemukan ada the COVID-19, the landlord, tenant. For example is any tenant who has experienced error. Ini saya ambil dari artikel yang saya analisa. Jadi preposition that exists that entity presuppose that it refers to, in this case, the any tenant. The word tenant is exists. Jadi benar-benar ada. Di tenant itu adalah orangnya ada. Artinya itu adalah penyewa. Okay. Next is structural. The speaker can use such structure to treat information as presupposed and hence be accepted as true by listener or led by to believe that the information is necessarily true. The sentence that I found the article, why cannot tenant always be protect from eviction in this kind of situation? Why should eviction ever be postponed when tenant cannot pay rent due to circumstances beyond their control? Okay, subtle way of making information that speaker believe appear to be what a speaker should believe. Next is counterfactual, meaning that what is presupposed is not only not true, but is the opposite of the what is true or contrary to facts. The sentence that I found in the article adalah is if we can devise a system to forego an eviction while balancing the need of landlord is unprecedented year when economic catastrophe has befallen millions of Americans simultaneously. Surely we can devise one for normal condition. It assume. Jadi ini mengasumsikan bahwa what is presupposed is not only untrue. Jadi presupposed-nya itu bukan tidak benar, tapi berdasarkan fakta. Untuk next, entailment is not pragmatic concept. It is defined as what logically follow from what is answered in the utterance. For example, sentence from the landlord can still sue them for the money. Jadi, this sentence has the entail that landlord can still sue something. Jadi mengejar sesuatu, yaitu the money and other similar logical consequences. Now landlord can still sue them for the money. The entitlement are communicated without being said or not depend on the speaker intention. Seperti itu yang detail. Untuk coherence dan cohesion, di coherence sendiri itu the way text make sense the reader and writer through the relevant and accessibility of its configuration of concept, idea, and theories. Untuk cohesion, the grammatical and lexical relationship between different elements of text will hold it together. For example, from the paragraph on the article, is example for first paragraph. Okay, now let's build them of first paragraph of the article. The eviction ban should remain effect long after the pandemic is over. First sentence in the general is main sentence, which contain the main idea. Since we're talking about cohesion, let's just pay attention to the second sentence. Okay, first is now the second sentence is what worse they often get evicted as a result. The word they, jadi kata they in the sentence represent the people of America. Mentioned in the first sentence that the second sentence is cohesion to the first sentence, karena ini sebuah cohesion karena kalimat yang pertama dan kalimat kedua saling berhubungan. Yang kedua adalah juga begitu, ada di the word tenant is pronounced as a liar who presented a low income tenant mentioned in previous sentence. Jadi ini juga berhubungan untuk kalimat ketiga, itu ada di tenants. Untuk kalimat selanjutnya, your boss cut your hours not relevant. The word yes is the fourth sentence refer to the people of the America. So, ini masih berhubungan dengan yang atas. Terus yang kalimat kelima juga sama, ada yours. Kalimat keenam juga sama, ada yours. Terus kalimat ketujuh juga ada we yang dipakai. Terus kalimat berapa ini? 7, 8 itu juga ada related from the third sentence. Jadi masih berhubungan dengan kalimat ketiga. Yang terakhir, the conclusion is that the paragraph is clarified as cohesion and cohesion because the sentence has a bound relationship with previous sentence and all sentences have relation with other sentence. Jadi paragraf ini termasuk dalam paragraf cohesion, termasuk dalam kalimat cohesion karena setiap kalimatnya saling berhubungan, dan paragrafnya itu juga termasuk coherence karena mempunyai relationship antar kalimatnya. Jadi begitu. Itu adalah coherence dan cohesion. Untuk selanjutnya adalah analisis video. Jadi analisis videonya tentang judulnya monster. Itu tentang jadi hipnosisnya Detective Shook is called to the sense of the brutal triple murderer. His superior, Inspector Philip Simon, and 2 other men. The other men are former members of the Czechoslovakian STB, Czesmir Mirat and Yakov Swatek. And Jansuk suspect Grimmer. Meanwhile, Suk met an attractive woman who looked like Anne Labors in the bar. Later, head Detective Pantela tells Suk that Simon was investigating former STB member in the Prague police force and notifies the commissioner Harnik, who is later relevant to be protecting the former STB member. While Suk meet the woman again, Harnik, Pantera, and Janacek die after eating candy given to Patella by the same woman. Itu adalah hipnosisnya. Jadi, untuk menganalisa video ini, kita related with cooperative principle, violation of maxim, and implicator. Yang pertama adalah cooperative principle. Cooperation can be understood as an essential factor when speaker and listener are interacting. In other words, it is the expectation that the listener has toward the speaker. The speaker is supposed to convey true statement, and they say nothing more than what is required. When people talk with each other, they try to converse smoothly and successfully. Cooperation is the basic of success conversation. Seperti itu, cooperative principle. Example from the video conversation between Detective Jansuk and policeman. Ini adalah contoh dari cooperative principle. From the conversation above in the video, the cooperative principle is not about being positive or socially smoothly or agreeable, but rather its presumption when someone speaks, they have the expectation as well the intention of communication. Likewise, they expect the person to whom they speak to facilitate the effort. That's why when people fighting or disagree to the point that those engaged in the conversation are being less than pleasant or cooperative, the cooperative principle keep the conversation going, even if individuals are aggressive, self-serving, egoistic, and so on, and not quite focused on the other participant of the interaction. They cannot have spoke at all to someone else without expecting that something would come out of it, that there would be some result, so that this core principle intend essential communication. Jadi penjelasan ini meskipun detektif Suk dan polisi tersebut beradu argumen, ada yang marah, tapi kooperatif itu tetap jalan meskipun di antara mereka itu ada yang tersinggung atau kurang enak dengan omongan lawan berkatanya, lawan bicaranya, seperti itu. Next is dalam kooperatif itu ada beberapa maxim of speech. Pertama adalah maxim of quality, maxim of quantity, maxim of relation, and maxim of manners. Yang pertama adalah maxim of quality. The maxim of quality require information provided in the conversation to be genuine and satisfied when engaged in conversation. The maxim quality requirement that do not say what they believe is to be false. Do not. Jadi untuk lebih jelasnya kita langsung ke contohnya. Jadi contoh ini adalah conversation yang saya ambil dari video. Dari conversation di atas, one find this normal. Why? Because the maxim is observed. The policeman does not contribute what he believes to be false and to be unstained. Jadi kalimat itu adalah kooperatifnya sukses karena maksimnya tercapai. Policeman tidak berkontribusi itu adalah salah, tapi berdasarkan fakta ataupun sebaliknya tidak mendasar tapi sangat mendasar. Contoh kedua adalah ini conversation. People may quietly and unceremoniously violate maxim with intention to mislead. Inference obtained from floating of maxim called implicator. Detective Suk may be implicate his friend did not enjoy the situation, afraid of getting drunk or afraid to come home late. Jadi ini adalah salah satu dari maxim maxim quality, tapi violence dan implikatornya Detective Suk mungkin saja temannya itu dengan enjoy the situation atau takut mabuk ataupun takut pulang kemalaman. Next is maxim quantity. When engaged conversation, maxim quantity refer to make contribution as information as is required. Do not make contribution more informative than is required. Example, conversation from video. Contohnya adalah ini, conversation dalam video. I'm detective. Lalu temannya menjawab yes, rookie detective. Jadi temannya itu menjelaskan dia memang detektif, tapi dia menjelaskan lebih detail. Dia adalah detektif masih rookie atau masih baru. Tuh. Ini maksimnya sukses karena menjawabnya berdasarkan fakta. Contoh kedua adalah despite his position answer we found Detective Suk behavior weird. Jadi kita menemukan jawaban detektif segitu agak aneh. Kenapa? Karena Maxim is violent. Less information provide that required. Jadi pertanyaan, why do you say that? What's wrong? I will help you if you want me to. Dia hanya menjawab, I believe in him. I never could have thought that Inspector Simon could do such thing. The inference obtained from floating of Maxim called implicator detective Suk may be implicating that some of people find out he will tell her later, or he really do not want her to know it. Itu yang adalah Maxim relation. When engaged the conversation, the Maxim quality requires that you do not say what you believe false. Do not say that for which you lack evidence. For example, conversation from the video, chief policeman and detective. So detective should contribute what is relevant for the purpose of the conversation, and to explain surmise about Inspector Simon with what he had found, although he was also said to know it. Untuk contoh kedua itu dari conversation video juga, we found detective should behavior weird. Ini adalah ini juga violations Maxim dari Maxim relation. Jadi kita menemukan pertanyaan Patela tidak dijawab benar dengan Dr. Suk, tetapi dia masih memikirkan hal lain. In this case, the girl must say is Detective Suk told his friend or he feel guilty because he told his friend about her, or he did not want his friend meet with her. Yang terakhir adalah masih minor. When engaged conversation, Maxim of minor requires you to be persuasive, including avoid absurd expression, avoid ambiguity, being brief, unnecessary prolixity. Contohnya seperti ini. The Maxim minor related how something is being said in the conversation. Jadi seperti itu. Note, implicator do not have to be necessarily true. Sign the inference are guessed at rather than derived by formal logic. Itu adalah untuk next adalah polite strategy, speak, act, and implicator. Spesial untuk materi ini setelah saya membahas tentang debate Obama dan Romney. Saya juga berterima kasih setelah sharing sama teman saya yaitu Siti Mutamimah dan Nuzulul Hikmah. Jadi yang pertama adalah politeness strategy. Yang pertama, Obama. That's a lot of point I want to make tonight, but almost important one is three 20 years ago. Jadi di sini polite-nya adalah I become the lucky man on the earth because Michelle Obama agreed to marry me. Jadi politeness ini adalah that use position politeness which include exaggerating strategy. Obama said that he was a lucky man. It so that he want to share his feeling to his wife, and he want to hear will catch that feeling. Yang kedua adalah Obama when it come our Texas code, Governor Romney and both agree that jadi that use position politeness which including seek agreement strategy. Jadi Obama call Governor Romney and I agree that mean Obama won't give his agreement and make a position condition before he continue his opinion. Yang ketiga itu I know that you and your running mate keep saying that I know. Jadi that use bold on record strategy. Romney won't create intimacy by use word I know you before he continue his statement. Selanjutnya adalah yang keempat adalah you are a president. You are absolutely right with that. Jadi Romney ini menyampaikan that use positive politeness which included avoiding disagreement. Jadi Romney berkata that Obama absolutely right, but for him it like a lie because he continue give other fact. Untuk speak act sini Obama, well, thank you very much Jim for this opportunity. I want to thanks Governor Romney. The using thanks very much including expression refer to gratitude. It means Obama was thinking to the Jim Romney and audience because it's took time to attend the meeting. Yang kedua, Presiden Obama expressed his very contractive senses in his speech, not where we ever go, but we were going. This sentence him at the president strategy of Barack Obama in attractive the attention of the audience. In this speech, President Barack Obama provides a solution that is different from the view of the Governor Mitt Romney. Next, for the implicator, and the first is from the first sense, itu untuk kalimat pembukanya itu pas first question. Jadi para Obama is that immediately answer the question that the audience and the listener want. Why? Because the maxim is violate less information providing the recommend. Jadi untuk kasus ini mungkin Presiden Obama give opinion first, giving and jadi give an opinion first before giving the answer, all, eliminating nervousness when speaking in public. Inference obtained a floating machine is called implicator. Yang kedua, Presiden Barack Obama respond or answer the idea he had put forward before become president. This is about the trickle-down approaching. Jadi Barack Obama itu sebelumnya pernah memberikan trickle-down approach. Jadi di sini Barack Obama tidak langsung menjawab langsung ke sasarannya. Jadi why? Because the machine is violent. Less information provided that is required. Inference obtained from the floating machine is called implicator. Jadi ini termasuk implicator. Presiden Barack Obama may still do not know the answer or still thinking about it or confused about answering it. Jadi mungkin presiden tidak tahu harus menjawab apa, atau masih memikirkannya, ataupun bingung mau menjawabnya, seperti itu. Ini adalah yang terakhir, dan terima kasih. Sampai jumpa di